In this video, I'll show you how one can contribute to OpenStreetMap and simultaneously show how Mapillary and OpenStreetMap, being two volunteer geographic information facilities, actually work together, are software interoperable, we might call it. So here's again a brief review of the imagery that I use as my examples that was available in Parma Town Hall Park, and walking backwards through this trail just shows that there's a fair number of photographs, and we can also look at OpenStreetMap, which we've seen already, and it is possible to edit the OpenStreetMap just as if if you wanted to, you could edit the Wikipedia. If there was something that you had a particular expertise in or interest, you could make an addition to Wikipedia or a contribution. It is possible to actually make a contribution or an edit to OpenStreetMap if there is something that needs to be added, or you could add. If you have an account for OpenStreetMap, which you can set up for free, one can go and ask for the edit tool, and right now I'm going to say edit right away, and I'm not going to actually make an edit because I'm very, very cautious about actually making edits until it's something that's meaningful, important, and I'm really, really sure of. But I'm going to show you how OpenStreetMap and the Mapillary georeferenced image database fit together, and how that can all be a part of the process of editing or adding to the OpenStreetMap. If I have an account, I set up an account for myself and ask for edit and turn on the editor, it is possible to actually click on a button here that sends me to map data, and I can actually choose to add Mapillary to the OpenStreetMap Editor interface. So I actually have done that, and apparently there are a few other Mapillary efforts that are out there. These were represented by, I believe they were green lines in the other Mapillary image. Somebody has seemed to have done Route 390, which actually to me seems pretty useless because it's already been very well done with the Google Street View. And in Google Street View you don't have the obstruction and the single view image and all that stuff. So I'm not sure why somebody did all of this effort on these particular roads. One place where Street View, Google Street View, is not available certainly is in the back side of the Parma Town Park, which is here, and this is a image of the Google or the best available imagery, which shows the park, and so there should be, yes, and there's the first of the only available actually existing OpenStreetMap feature. Hilton Parma Corners Road is part of this, and it in the left of the screen, when I hover over this, you can see that it's labeled as a secondary road. It's given a name. It does not have many attributes attached to it, such as a speed limit. So there's there's plenty of room for more editing, even in the town of Parma. And there's nobody has, and I'm thinking that this is going to be a very interesting project sometime in the future, and that is to actually put in the interior roads of this park and the parking lots into OpenStreetMap. But for now, let's look at this interesting interface in which Mapillary images are actually part of and geographically coordinated with the Openstreetmap Editor. And what that would allow me to do, if I had the need and the confidence, is to go into the editor here and perhaps use this sequence of photos to draw a line feature and declare that as a trail, as if the trails weren't already somewhat visible and the bridges were already visible. So the Mapillary can use and work with OpenStreetMap first as a means to provide ground level images for somebody who is in OpenStreetMap, and to use an OpenStreetMap to allow an editor of OpenStreetMap to look at an image, find something like right here, which shows a park boundary sign. And one thing that I probably will do for sure when I get ready to do this editing is put a point feature right there to mark the location of that park boundary sign right there by adding a point. It is as simple as that to take Mapillary information, combine it with OSM, and use that correlation between OSM and Mapillary to both distribute my data and use my data to contribute to OpenStreetMap. So it's there's a complete convergence here of all of these things. And I think that's all I have on volunteer geographic information for the time being.